Hello everyone, I'm Vinishree and my project explores the role of design in supporting local businesses in their net zero journey. Term net zero is overwhelming, yet it is ubiquitous in the present times. But what is net zero? As my audience today, how much do you understand these terminologies? Scientifically, it means balancing the amount of greenhouse gases produced by human activity with the same amount removed from the atmosphere. This direct and indirect carbon emission can be removed either by reducing, offsetting, or capturing carbon. The existing framework emphasizes carbon assessment through measuring the carbon footprint, quantifying the greenhouse gases produced during a baseline year in the past, and extrapolating it for the coming decades. It acts as a benchmark against which areas of intervention are established and targeted for carbon reduction. The other side of the coin is indicative of the social and ethical forces impacting the emergent behaviors. It is centered on the needs of the people and planet, envisioning an inclusive and fair society, which takes on the environmental responsibility for building a regenerative and circular economy for preferable long-term vision. So let's together reimagine the net zero narrative that upholds the values of economic viability, environmental responsibility, and social equity. Ethnographic inquiry led me to connect with people who are business owners, carbon managers, user researchers, designers, and experts working in the environmental sector. Attending events, interviews, co-design workshops, and feedback sessions helped me to map the net zero status quo. Their strong voices and opinion all directed towards the need for design-led systemic change for reframing their policies, mobilizing transformative innovation, and building a climate-positive mindset. The emerging insights nudged me to question and critique the quantitative methodology of measuring carbon and its environmental cost and benefit. It urged me to reframe the net zero status quo, which can be scaled across different sectors and is always focused towards a reducing mindset. My proposal elevates value-driven practices and eco-centric ethos, engages with time-bound move through strategic transformations, and a place-based response grounded within the social construct. The idea is catalyzed into a tangible proposal through a structured workshop for the businesses facing uncertainty and lack of guidance about net zero transition. So, my dear audience, the climate is changing. You can decide which hat to wear today and get ready to join me for a workshop that I'm facilitating. Welcome Andy, John, and Susie to this workshop with Step Zero for Net Zero. It equips and empowers you and your business with a decision-making canvas for a climate-positive mindset. It aims to influence the wider societal ecosystem beyond the business for a preferable long-term future. We are a team of design and climate enthusiasts working in collaboration with government and private bodies to support businesses in their decision-making and planning phase for net zero. Thanks for signing up your business for the workshop. You can also find more about us at the government and industry events and their websites. SMEs play a key role in driving the economy in the UK as they account for the majority of the private sector. So you and your business are the net zero enablers for UK's target of 2050. Andy, as the business owner, your concerns are more towards navigating your business from survival mode towards a growth path. John, you represent all those employees who are responsible for the day-to-day functioning of the business. And Susie, you are the beacon of hope within your organization who's burdened with the role of directing the business towards environmental action. We are here to support you on this journey through a series of 4 workshops. They are online and in-person sessions. The past workshops have empowered businesses to look up from the quantitative data sets to co-creating eco-centric organizational values. It has helped businesses in designing the net zero roadmap tailored to the needs of their business model and service delivery. It has assisted in building the company's workforce ethos for a climate-positive mindset. The businesses have shifted from short-term planning to visualizing a long-term preferable future. So, welcome. We are at day one of the workshop. During these 2 hours, you, as the internal team, will co design a value based framework of your business. The first exercise is mapping your intrinsic values as an individual. What is your inspiration for today? What feels good? What do you enjoy doing? What is the best part of the day? I need you to reflect on your individual behaviors and your ethical values. Next, I would like you to write down your extrinsic values. What reward makes you happy? How do you want to be recognized? What do you love sharing? This is the time to confront your internal, conscious and unconscious biases. This exercise calls for a collective reasoning. Since we can't go back to the Stone Age days, how can we collectively think about ways we can coexist with nature, creativity, and technology? Let's also map the unintended consequences of your service and how can we reduce the negative impact of it. And finally, it's time to generate ideas and answer the question, how do we inspire the internal team towards a reducing mindset? Moving on to day 2 of the workshop. Today we welcome teams from 2 other businesses and together we will map a place-based framework through knowledge exchange. In the first hour, we will map the locational hotspots, probing the possibilities within the extended neighborhood. What are the networking opportunities? What are our local employees and customers involved in? What are the community-driven activities in the locality? Next, we will highlight the territorial challenges faced within our region and see how others are responding to it. Let's talk about our struggles and the dead ends. What are the problems around the physical assets, transportation, and energy? And finally, it's time to brainstorm on the local resources that will help us build a reservoir of social and natural capital for making our region more sustainable. Great, we're already on day 3 of the workshop. I can see the internal team again in the room. Today we will co-design a time-based framework of your business. This is based on the 3 horizon framework. The red line denotes how businesses might decline if they continue as usual. Let's answer this in your business's context. Why is the business as usual not fit for purpose to continue? Is there anything valuable about your business that you would like to retain rather than lose? The green line H3 describes regenerative cultures capable of constant learning and transformation. The question here is, how does utopian year 2050 of net zero look like? And what are the seeds of this net zero future visible in the present? The blue H2 perspective sees opportunities in the shortcomings of H1 and aims to ground the visionary possibilities of H3 with some practical next steps. The answer we are seeking here are, what is being disruptive presently and how can it be harnessed? If you are the disruptive actor, what realistic milestones will you set for yourself to get to that utopian year? Awesome, we are on day 4. The last 3 workshops have been very intensive. I can see that you have created a core team within your business. Today we will be compiling our ideas and constructing the net zero canvas for your business. Thanks for preparing your existing business canvas in advance. Let's embed the 3 layers of value, place, and time alongside the existing business canvas. The emerging net zero canvas formalizes the value creation opportunities, backcasting the transformative innovations, and defining the workforce ethos. We will together outline a hierarchy of the tasks for maximizing environmental and social impact of your business. It will help us in prioritizing decisions. For instance, what has more environmental impact in your business's context? Is it your food waste or the packaging? So team, we've reached the end of the workshop. Do you feel more empowered to take your step 1 towards net zero? And before I end, this is for my audience here. The process I followed through this project was iterative and adaptive. The next step is to refine this workshop and run live sessions with few businesses. I aim to initiate these dialogues and actions within the businesses which can be scaled up from step 0 to net zero. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have put your climate positive hat on now.